features with Livingston and Tangela too, and our host Vincent Van Dahl, and he brings it to ya. Creature features and all creatures and all features, and the creature gonna get you tonight. You better not turn out your bedroom light. He'll grab your head and give it such a bite. You may even die, just from a fright. You ain't nothing gonna be, baby. You ain't nothing gonna be alright. Cause the creature gonna get you, baby. Don't get you tonight.
Good evening and welcome to Creature Features. I'm your host, Vincent. If you're unfamiliar with our program, allow me to bring you up to speed. After many years of playing rock and roll music, I became somewhat rather disillusioned with the silliness of that particular endeavor and determined that I should like to retire to the countryside. After purchasing this grand manor on the Northern California coastline, which I might add happens to be infested with spirits for which the estate agent failed to disclose, I moved my entire staff from my chateau in Hollywood to the estate in which I am stood at this very moment. Over here would be Livingston. He is the butler and major domo of the Poulter Mansion and oversees the various staff that keep the property in order.
Manager of chaos would be more apropos.
Quite. And over to this side would be Tangela, who is well-spoken though seldom speaks in front of those she does not know. She became my unwitting ward many years back when she attended a large fancy dress party I threw many years ago in Los Angeles. And after all the other guests had departed, she had stayed behind to disassemble my Sub-Zero refrigerator in an attempt to extract its Freon gas, and she has not left my side since. I stand corrected. Her goal was to obtain HFC-134A, a safer alternative to Freon. In any case, the young lady has become something of a surrogate daughter to me, and while she often manages to wreak havoc wherever we may go, her charm and affable nature lends a bit of amusement to my otherwise quiet and mundane life. Most of the time.
Pardon me, Mr. Van Dahl, but your guest has arrived.
Already? He's not supposed to be here for another 20 minutes.
What would you have me do with him?
No, see him in.
Yes, sir.
You should probably wrap this up quickly.
Indeed. Joining us will be legendary artist Brent Anderson. A prolific artist since 1981, he's worked on comics like X-Men, Green Lantern, Vertigo, and Astro City. He'll show us some of his work, tell us about the industry, and give us his insight on tonight's movie, which is Creature with the Atom Brain from 1955. This classic 50s sci-fi film is about a large zombie with radioactive blood that happens to have an affinity for sacking mob bosses as well as their henchmen. Starring Richard Denning and Angela Stevens, we think you'll find this to be a welcome respite from all the disaster movies we've presented as of late. So don't go away, for it is to be another night of comic book zombie fright right here on Creature Features.
Surrogate daughter. I think it might be time to push this one out of the nest.
Stay tuned. Famous comic book artist Brent Anderson. Did you know that if our viewers switched over to channel 17, they could watch a film called Odd Man Out, 1947. It's got James Mason and Kathleen Ryan.
James Mason?
James Mason.
Oh, right. I love him.
Right. Yeah, no, he's wonderful. Anyways, stick with us. I think we got a better movie. We certainly have a better guest because we've got Brent Anderson. famous comic book artist extraordinary. I cannot see your eyes.
They're in here.
Oh.
Is that better?
No, that's way better. And
way better.
you actually look like a safari man now.
I do.
No, because safari men don't keep them down. That's the bad guys wear it down. So you wear it up, and that's good.
But the good guys, don't they wear them like that kind of?
No, I think the good guys would flip up one part of the brim
Oh yeah, in Australia.
like this, right? Yeah, Australian. Anyways, welcome to the show, Brent. You've done everything. I mean, you've done X-Men,
Yes.
Astro City, but no Spider-Man. Why?
I was never asked to do Spider-Man.
You were never asked.
No.
That's criminal. You'd probably be great. You've probably drawn him on your own, right?
He actually swung into an episode of Power Pack.
Oh, nice.
So he was a guest star. I got one good drawing out of my 47-year career.
Now, is this something that you can concoct on your own, or do they have to say, we shall give you permission to put in Spider-Man for a moment?
That was the editor's idea,
All
who was
right.
also the writer.
Right. But no, so it's like you have to be careful with these characters, right? Because you cannot bring certain ones with certain others, right? Because it's maybe
It's
a
usually
timeline or something.
It's usually not up to me, though.
Right.
They tell me what to draw and who to draw
And
with
that's
who.
it. You're just like a machine. You
Just like a machine.
take pen to paper and produce what they envision.
Or I'm like those zombies in the movie tonight.
Tonight's movie, Creature with an Atom Brain. I have not seen it yet. You have.
Yes.
And
It
you
was
like
one of
this
my
one?
favorites when I was a kid.
No,
loved
that's
it.
a coincidence.
Yeah.
Because typically the films we show, our guests did not see or nor do they like.
Oh, I loved it. It's a B-grade, wonderful monster movie.
What makes it so wonderful?
Richard Deming.
That's it?
Well, no.
Right. But what made this attract you as a child to this particular film?
I just liked monster movies about
That's a good one. Right.
creatures that are being controlled by evil.
Right.
You know,
And is this reflected in your work?
indubitably.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. All right. Well, what do you say we start the film?
All right.
And we come back, we're going to get some details on everything you've done. Right?
Sounds good.
All right, off we go to Creature with the Atomic Brain, 1955. A good movie, according to Brett, so stick around. See you soon. Welcome back to the show. If you are just joining us, you're late, but we'll forgive you this time. We've got Brent Anderson, and he's a comic book graphic novel designer. What's your official title?
Cartoonist, illustrator.
That's the
I don't
easy-
know.
It's the
Cartoonist.
simplest.
Cartoonist.
Yeah, there's some of these people, they pull out a full resume, and it's like, oh, my title is 7 hyphenated words on my business card. I like the fact that you keep it simple. In any case, we're watching Creature with the Atom Brain. You know, I said atomic before.
You did.
But atom brain and atomic brain would be the same, would they not?
That's what I thought.
Unless they're talking about a brain the size of an atom, right? And that would be, there'd be no story. Somebody with a brain the size of an atom could not do much damage, could they not? Right. Anyways, so far the movie, we haven't seen much, but we have seen some television control of a zombie bloke. And 1955, were you around in 1955?
I was born the month before this movie was released.
All right.
So we're the same age.
So do you remember having television in your home in 1955?
No,
Right.
I don't
That was
remember
a rarity.
because I was like 0 years old.
Right. So maybe there was one and you just don't recall.
I don't recall.
All right.
Yeah.
My theory is that most homes, at least here in America, did not have televisions in 1955. Some people did, like the rich people, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, how did you get into this whole comic thing?
Boy, I I used to create my own comics on binder paper with
Right.
pins and whatnot after I found out about Marvel Comics.
So, but there must have been a stage before that point where you said, I wish I could do this.
I always drew
I always drew.
when I was a kid, Before my mother didn't allow comics in the house, actually.
Oh.
She thought there were better things to read than comic books. She grew up in the 50s.
Right.
She was a teenager in the 50s during
Right.
the Frederick Wertham period, when they
I
were
see.
coming down on comics as the explanation for why there was juvenile delinquency.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
So she didn't like comics until in junior high school. I met a friend who showed me not only Marvel Comics and DC Comics, but he was actually drawing and writing his own comics.
Oh, he was?
And he was the one that inspired me.
Wow.
This is in the 7th grade.
So the style of art that you did prior, was it similar or was it?
No, it was more like trying to do paintings and
Right.
portraits and things.
Well, I could see why your poor mum became angry. She had a potential Rembrandt in the making.
and they started
And all
doing
of a
comic
sudden,
books.
right, you're doing these line drawings as a comic. So that's I could see her problem with that particular issue.
But actually, I started sneaking comics into the house, calling them magazines.
Oh, as you should. You just change the cover, right?
Well, she would say, well, what did you buy at the drugstore? And I'd say, oh, a couple of magazines. And
Well done.
she said, well, I hope you're not buying too many of those.
You know, I venture to guess that she knew.
She did,
Right.
because I had a pile this high under my bed. When I was at school, she went and
she
looked
found
underneath,
it,
and she
right.
looked at them, she read some, and she goes, these aren't like the comics that 1950s, the gore and the
And your
gruesomeness.
response should have been, it could have been a different kind of magazine, Mum.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, what do you say we get back to this film, and then we're going to do some letters when we return, but we will have you back after letters, and we're going to talk about some of your work, and you're going to show us something, right?
Yes.
And you're going to lose a hat as well. Wonderful.
It's getting warm under these lights.
There you go. It does get warm in here. All right, off we go back to Creature with the Atom Brain, 1955. We will see you soon with the letters.
This is Livingston, and you're watching Creature Features. Not now. Stay tuned. This portion of Creature Features is brought to you by CreatureFeatureStore.com, the official merchandiser of Creature Feature accessories.
My goodness, Tangela, did you know that in this copy of TV Guide there is a coupon from Clairol for a free bottle of Summer Blonde hair color? She's kind of summer blonde already, is she not?
Perhaps.
Somewhat? Yeah, maybe you can order it for your beard
Why would I do that?
because it'd be fetching.
I don't want to be fetching.
You could use a little fetching, old man. All right, anyways, enough of that. How about some mail?
Cynthia Wilder.
Cynthia is wilder than most other Cynthias, right?
I wouldn't know.
Cynthia Wildest would be more wild than Cynthia Wilder. All right, she goes, just found your channel on YouTube and I love it. Better than Svengoolie and much better movie selections. Your guests are also great. Tangela and Livingston are adorable. I can understand why you say she's adorable. Why is he adorable? He does not have summer blonde in his beard.
And I'm not adorable.
Yeah, I agree. Of course, you, Sir Vincent, I'm in love. And she put a smiley love face.
Yes, I noticed that.
Smiley love face. I enjoy watching. Keep up the good work. Blessings from your #1 fan. P.S. Can you please show a series of The Exorcist Part 1, 2, and 3? We showed, which one did we show? We showed 3, was it not, on the Friday show? I think we did Exorcist 3 some time back, and we'll bring that back someday, right? Maybe?
Perhaps.
Who knows? Anyways, thanks for writing, Cynthia. Next up, Mr. Livingston.
Pete Bishop from Fort Lauderdale.
Pete Bishop from Fort Lauderdale. He goes, Dear Vincent, I'd like to make a guest suggestion, if I may. Sammy Hagar.
Isn't he a country singer?
No, he's a rock guy. I know you don't really want to do anything with rock anymore, but Sammy is a legend. Not only can he sing, but he can play guitar at the same time too. And who isn't moved by the talent so evident in songs like I Can't Drive 55 and 3 Lock Box? I'm sure you have plenty to talk about, including his club Cabo Wabo. Again, I'm sure you'd have plenty to talk about, including his club Cabo Wabo and tequila of the same name. When you book, I'd like to suggest a movie as well. Enough of that. Give me another one.
Douglas Black.
Douglas Black. Any chance you might come to Wonderfest in Louisville, Kentucky? It is a horror sci-fi expo we do every year, usually the first weekend in June. I think you should be nominated for a Rondo Award. Well, that's a nice letter. Sammy Hagar. Who writes to me about Sammy Hagar?
People,
It's like me writing to you saying, oh, you should talk to Mr. Butler because he's a better butler than you. Right?
I doubt that.
No, exactly. And that's what I doubt about Sammy Hagar. All right. Wonderfest in Louisville, Kentucky sounds wonderful, although we've not been invited. Have we not?
We have not as of yet.
So we have not been invited, and it's rude for us to presume that we have a open invite. So that's a long way to go to be turned away at the door, right?
Indeed.
Louisville, Kentucky, we show up and they say, you don't have an invite. Be gone, Creature Features. You know,
It will never end.
there'd be some way to you to manage this, perhaps?
I shall try.
Major Domo. All right, let's see. And then you think we should be nominated for a Rondo Award? Yeah, we have been nominated. I think you should say we should win one, but I don't think it'll ever happen. We don't get any awards, right?
Perhaps
We're not very
we might
awarding.
get lucky one day.
Oh, very nice. She got a pelt. All right, can you just keep it down for a second before you fly off on that thing? All right, next up, Mr. Livingston.
We have one more from
Oh,
Joseph
don't give me that face.
Tomko
Joseph Tomko.
in Thailand.
Thailand. All right. He goes, there's a photo. This is wonderful. He goes, I'm a zombie English teacher in a Thailand high school. We think it is always a pleasure to watch your presentations, and it's easy to feel part of your family. See, we do that. We make people feel like family, right? That's right. Except for the
If
housekeepers.
they only knew.
I just had a minor exchange there.
We'll be having a staff meeting later.
I think she got the better end of the deal. Let's see. It's always a pleasure to watch your presentations. It's easy to feel like part of your family. Love your guests and dialogues, and Tangella, Livingston, and Vincent too. Creature Features remind me of watching Chilly Billy on Chiller Theatre as a youngster. We hear about that name a lot, do we not?
No.
Yes, we do. Now, Chilly Billy on Chiller Theatre. We've heard this many times before.
I do not recall.
All right, that's because yeah, old man. Thank you for bringing dark fun into this serious world, Joseph Tomko. And he enclosed a photo. We'll put a big one up, but here it is. And he's a zombie. And he says he's a teacher in Thailand. Is that right?
Yes,
English
school.
teacher in a Thailand high school. He must be fun if he comes dressed as a zombie, right? There's no better way to learn English than to be taught by a zombie, I think. That it?
That would be it.
That is it for letters. If you'd like to send us a letter of your own, go to hellocreaturefeatures.com. It's a little part of our website that tells you how to send us an email or a package in the mail, or if you'd like to send us a bus load of wonderful people with cash in hand to pass to Mr. Livingston,
I don't recommend it.
then do the first two. Forget about the third. We'll be right back after the next segment of the film, so don't go away.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear that I have been tasked yet again to deliver another plea intended to separate you from your hard-earned money. This program now has its own channel and associated apps that allow you to watch the entire Creature Features library and much more. Entitled Creature Features TV, this is a system that works much like Netflix or Hulu. Besides early access to all the new Creature Features episodes, you'll also have access to many other offerings and some archival episodes of the original show with Mr. Bob Wilkins. You'll also have exclusive access to a new Creature Features show that will be introduced soon and will not be available anywhere else. Your generous but modest monthly subscription fee will also greatly assist in the continued production of the show, so there's that as well. Miss Tangela has asked me to inform you that if you subscribe to Creature Features TV, she will be sure to create more dancing videos just for you. I think not. So please visit www.creaturefeaturestv.com to learn more. Thank you for your time.
Welcome back to the show. You know, Brent, this film, Creature with the Atom Brain, was the name of a song for one band. And then another band in Belgium made it the name of their band.
Really?
That's too long.
Yes, Creature with the Atom Brain.
Right. Imagine seeing that on a marquee. It would take up all the letters in the bloke's collection of letters for the marquee. I cannot see your eyes anymore. What's up with the hat?
Oh,
My goodness. There you go. Who needs a hat when it's not raining, right? And there's
not
no
raining
sun.
here. No.
There's no sun here. What in God's name am I looking at here?
That's my first fanzine.
What's the difference between a fanzine and a magazine?
Magazine's professional, a fanzine's amateur.
1972, is that right?
1972.
1972. Venture, a very nice cover, and you drew all this. That's incredible.
Well, I didn't draw all of it.
You didn't draw all of it.
I was the...
Tell me when I hit something you drew.
That's it, Grimley's Tales.
Grimley's Tale, so this is all him, right? We'll put a big one up,
It's a
I
little
think,
cartoon
maybe.
character. Sure.
This is wonderful. So this is like classic. This is what I think of when I see comics. Is this type of book? You know, these things they have now, they look like photographs, right? That's not a comic. That's like something else, right? What do they call those very detailed comics?
I don't think there's this particular...
No,
No.
it's very detailed. It's high resolution comics.
Yeah.
Would that work? Yeah, I like the lower resolution, like what you did here. But of course, you were just a young lad when you did this, right? Right. And how many of these did you put out?
Boy, I don't remember. Maybe, I think we printed 200.
200? This is it? And
Or
this is one of
500?
200?
Yeah.
Oh, how wonderful. My goodness. So things went uphill from here, right? I mean, this is the first work. And then after that, you did what?
I started drawing my own comics.
Right.
I had been drawing my own comics, but then I started working towards going to New York to break into the industry. And I went in 1976 in the summer.
So are you from this area?
San Jose,
San Jose,
California.
right.
Yeah.
So you decide, I'm going to go to New York because that's where all the big comic people are.
In those days, you couldn't do it
Right.
from a distance.
Remotely.
You had to go to the offices and walk in and say, hey, hire me.
Right. And how did that go?
It went well.
Right.
Yeah.
Who hired you?
Marvel,
Marvel. And that would be what year?
1976.
1976. Marvel Comics in New York City. So how long did you live in New York?
6 months, the first tryout.
Oh, really?
But unfortunately, I couldn't draw well enough or fast enough to my liking to really make a living doing it. $25 a page was what they were paying.
Oh, wow. In 1976.
1976.
So we could probably times that by 3. And how long does it take you to do a page?
A day.
$75 a day
For pencils, just pencils.
in pencil, 1970. That's not bad money. But
No,
the rent is-
$25. $25 a day.
But $25 in 1975 was about $75 in today's money.
Was it?
No.
I think it's about more like $200 in today's money.
Maybe. So you're right, $200 a day. You could live off $200 a day. Maybe not in Manhattan.
Well, I had 3 friends at the
Oh.
time. So we were all sharing a place in Clifton, New Jersey.
Right. Well, I don't blame you. I mean, it's difficult to live in that city. I've tried. No, it's quite difficult. It's a lovely place. I love New York.
Can I tell you a brief story about 2 weeks we spent there?
Tell me in the next segment. Let's go to the back to the movie, and then when we come back, I'm going to hear this story from you.
And it's as horrible as a movie, I tell you.
I love horrible stories. We're a horror show. It's what we do here.
That's right.
All right, stick around. We're going to get back to the film, and when we come back, Brent is going to tell us a horrible story. Stick around.
Hey, this is Peter calling from Southern California. I haven't seen anything new on YouTube, so I'm hoping that this call will be some kind of support that will help you guys. And I hope things are going good. I hope you're going to continue on. And I'm just calling to give that good vibe. So keep on keeping on, brothers. Bye.
This film should have been called Creatures with the Atom Brains, right?
Yes.
I assume there was just going to be one.
Oh, there's a whole bevy of them.
A whole bevy of them. Like this book. This book is a bevy of your art, right? This is incredible.
Thank you.
You did all these drawings. That is fantastic. We're going to put up a couple big ones here in a moment, but this is incredible work. Very detailed, much like what I was speaking of before. And maybe he did become the Rembrandt that his mother always wanted him to be, right?
Maybe.
Maybe, yes.
Well, she's proud of me. She's told me this all.
She should be proud. She's still around.
Yes,
she
she
is.
is.
Oh,
Yep.
my goodness. Well, that's good. That's nice to have a mother live so long, to see this type of success. And this is quite a thick book. That's a lot of work. And you've done multiple of these, right?
Yes. There will ultimately be, I think, 7 volumes of the Metro book.
That's
With
fantastic.
about 20 issues in each book.
Well, we're going to look at another one in a moment. But you promised me a horrible story, and
Oh,
I want to
yes.
hear it.
First time we went to New York, we were looking for a place in New York City to stay. And a couple of my friends, they went out and they found an apartment in a hotel. It was a transient hotel. We had 2 rooms and a bathroom and a refrigerator. That was it. That was it. But the rent was good.
I imagine it would be.
So we went shopping. We looked in the refrigerator, and there were little baby cockroaches all over the inside of the refrigerator, kind of like that insect movie that I remember seeing. So we cleaned it up, went to the store, got our food, came back, and there were more insects in there. We go, where the hell did they come from? And then we looked in the cracked molding of the door of the refrigerator. And the molding was just jam-packed full of little tiny baby cockroaches all running around. And
Yeah, that is more frightening than this film. I think what we might do next time is we'll take a camera, reenact this, instead of showing this. Telezombies is one thing, but mini fridge cockroaches is an entirely different matter.
what was that movie with Donald Pleasance where the cockroaches come and get him?
That sounds like a segment of a Twilight Zone or Creep Show?
Yes.
Creep Show.
Creep Show.
Right. All right. That was Creep Show 1? All right. We showed 3. No, 2. We showed one of the Creep Shows, but not the first one. We couldn't get the first one.
Yeah.
All right. What do you say we get back to this film?
Yes.
All right. When we come back, we're going to take another look at a different copy of Astro City. We will see you soon.
Hello, this is Mr. Livingston. It would appear I have been tasked with requesting you to help our show financially by visiting our Patreon page. Your generosity will help us keep Creature Features on the air. With only a few dollars a month from you, your kindness will allow us to continue creating new entertainment for your viewing pleasure each and every week. And if you have the desire to give more, you might even receive a gift from Tangela. I think not. Please visit the website below to learn more. Thank you.
Welcome back to Creature Features. We are watching Creature with the Atom Brain with Mr. Brent Anderson, comic book illustrator at large.
That's me.
That'd be you.
Yeah.
Or you could say comic book illustrator illustrious. No,
Yes.
that's what I would say. But yeah, keep the business card short. So Brent, you like this film. Tell me something interesting about this film.
Well, apparently I heard that it was inspired by the 1919 Cabinet of Dr. Caligari.
Right. It looks like it was.
Yeah. Has that had effect to it? And that Richard Denning, the star,
Right.
was I think he played an official in Hawaii Five-0.
Oh, Hawaii Five-0. I like that program.
Yeah.
You can hear that beginning drum roll, and you know exactly what the song is.
He was also the star of Creature from the Black Lagoon.
He was in the Creature of the Black Lagoon.
He wasn't the guy in the suit.
No, of course not.
He was the hero.
Right.
The handsome hero. I mean, the guy that handsome, he just can't put a suit
No,
on.
it'd be silly to put a handsome man. Although, I did meet Rico Browning, and he did not have a face made for radio, so I think, they got him for the athletic
That's true. He was.
portion, because I suppose swimming in that suit would be somewhat rather difficult. Anyways, another copy of Astro City Metro Book 2, and this is just chock full of wonderful imagery. And again, all drawn by you.
Drawn by me. And
That's
the stories are wonderful.
So Astro City, is this an anthology, or is it one big story?
It's an anthology.
All right. So all kinds of different tales, and you could pick up any one of these and not need to see the prior one, right?
That's right.
Right. No, that's good. That's good. This is fantastic work. And how many of these have you done so far?
To date, over 110 issues. Separate.
This is not
32-page
one
stories.
issue, though, right?
No.
No.
That's
So
a collection.
this is a collection. So if we were to put these all in books like this one, how many books have you done?
Ultimately, there'll be about 7, with
Goodness.
20 issues in each book.
You do this 24 hours a day, do you not?
Yes.
My goodness.
Pretty much.
And you were telling me during the break that you not so recently went to digital, where you do this all with a
13 years.
right electric
2010.
pen.
I got my first digital tablet and
Right.
working digitally. I like it for reasons that I wasn't having to get up and wash the pixels off my hands every 10 minutes. Because
Oh, right.
I don't like getting pencil all over my hands.
Right.
So what did I
you
become
touch
a pencil?
your face and it's all over your face, and no, that makes sense. No, so
Smudgy guy.
plus you can fix things easier, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Undo. Undo.
Undo. Right.
If you don't like that stroke, undo.
And the digital bits are less expensive than, I suppose, the lead that you have to place inside of your pencils, right?
No, the programs and the computers and the tablet costs a lot of money.
Oh, so what program does one use to do these?
I started out with Corel Painter 11,
Right.
and I now work in Clip Studio Paint.
Clip Studio Paint. I've never heard of this.
It used to be Manga Studio.
Right.
That was for manga comics,
Right.
designed for manga comics. And then they expanded their repertoire of,
So this is a program strictly for making comics.
pretty much. Yeah.
Interesting. Now, it's better than like try to take Photoshop and make it happen, right?
I couldn't work in Photoshop, which is why when Corel Painter was introduced to me, I just jumped
All
on
right.
it.
No, right. That did it. All right. What do you say we wrap up this film?
Yep.
And when we come back, we're going to find out what Brent Anderson is doing next.
All right, very good.
All right. Off we go to the end of Creature with the Atom Brain. Don't go away when you see the credits roll, because we're going to finish up with Brent. Tangelo will be here. I'm going to say wonderful things to you, and you don't want to miss that, so stick around.
This is Livingston, and you're watching Creature Features. Stay tuned.
And so ends Creature with the Atom Brain. You know, the way he smashed everything, I've seen you do that before. No, she could kill those zombies because she knows how to smash things. I don't know if it's a talent. I suppose if you've got zombies controlled by equipment, then Tangela can help you out. But anyways, you like the movie? Of course she likes the movie. She likes zombies. Now she tries to make her own zombies. She goes to the cemetery and she pulls out bodies, and next thing you know, she's got them upstairs and she's trying to hook them. You know what the problem is, though? She never gets a fresh one.
Yes.
All right. You cannot reanimate a brown corpse. That's my theory. If it's shriveled up and brown, nope, it's done. There's no bringing that back. Anyways, fun movie. We will show it again in 2.7 years or something like that. That's how we tend to repeat films. But what's next for Brent?
For me, well, I'm currently working on a graphic novel,
Right.
which fits right in with your
Tell me
atmosphere
more.
here.
Go.
It's a Mexican horror story.
Well, I think that's a unique idea, but I don't see how that is similar to us.
Well, it involves the spirit, the jaguar spirit, from the central Mexican
gosh,
highlands.
Show me. Oh, this is gorgeous. El Jaguar, is that how you say that?
El Aguar.
El Aguar. I never took Spanish. I can speak some French, but
Yeah.
this is gorgeous. And you're doing all the drawings on this. Now, these are all tiny comic books. What's this?
These are chapters from the much bigger work. The bigger work will be probably 150 pages long.
Oh my goodness! So this is almost like when movies do like a test roll or something like that, right? You wouldn't sell them like this, right? Or
Well,
would you? You do.
I distribute them as promotional material.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. This is wonderful. And you're sticking with just black and white, no color so
There
far.
may be color, but we haven't got a publisher yet.
Well, maybe there's a publisher sitting out there watching the show. And
If there is.
Brent Anderson, how do we find out more about you?
Well, my website, you can go to my
Yes.
website, brentandersonart.com,
BrentAndersonArt.com.
and you can contact me through the mail there.
Right,
if you
right.
want to.
Can they buy things?
Yeah.
So our audience can go to BrentAnderson.com and they can purchase some of these or some of these.
They can get commissions, they can buy original artwork, they can buy books.
Copies of your hat. Can they get copies of your hat?
No, that's a one-of-kind
One of a
item.
kind, all right, right. Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be 2 or 3 blokes out there that want a hat like that. So maybe you can like do a little online manual on how you can create your own.
That would be a good idea.
That'd be a wonderful idea. All right, well, thank you so much for coming tonight, Brent, and visiting us. Next time you're in town, come see us. And as far as you guys are concerned, thank you so much for sticking around and watching us instead of that other film. That film probably had a bad ending, whereas ours had a happy ending. And
It was a happy ending, yes.
It was a happy ending. And next week we'll have a different movie, different guest, and it'll be fun. See you then, and don't forget, we love you. See you next time. So, Brent, I was thinking, with this kind of work you do and this beautiful illustration, perhaps you can make a book similar to this about our story.
Yeah, but it'd only be about that thick.